Alright, so you already understand how you're supposed to factor the equation, and you already understand how you get your critical values. Critical values are basically wherever the equation is equal to 0. So we know x, x plus 4 and x minus 3. This is your equation that you have. Focus, camera, focus. You already know that your critical values are -4, because when we put -4 into here for x, the equation equals to 0. 0 because when this x is equal to a 0, the whole equation is equal to 0. And 3 because when you put a 3 in there, the whole equation is equal to 0 as well. So these three numbers are what you call your critical values, and you need those. What you want to do next is you want to make a number line. On the far left side, you want to have -infinity, then put your three critical values in order, and then +infinity. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your three factors, because you have your three factors here. You have x plus 4, and you have x minus 3. And you write them up here. x plus 4, x minus 3. Now, you're going to take interval number 1, or section number 1, which is between -infinity and -4. And you're going to figure out if one of the factors is positive or negative. So basically, pick a number between -infinity and -4, like -7 or -50 or -1 billion. And what you have to do is, for x, if you put in -1 billion, do you have a negative number or a positive number? And the answer is negative. For x plus 4, -1 billion plus 4, it's still negative. And minusing 3, -1 billion minus 3, it's still negative. Let's move on to the next section. So -4 to 0. Pick a number between -4 and 0. Let's go with 2. When x is equal to -2, is the number negative or positive? Negative. For x plus 4, if we have -2 plus 4, we're going to have a positive number. And then if we're minusing 3, -2 minus 3, that's going to be a negative number. Between 0 and 3, negative or positive? Well, if it's just x, it's going to be positive. X plus 4, that will be positive. And x minus 3, that one will be negative. Between 3 and infinity, so positive a billion. Positive a billion is positive when we put it in for x. Positive a billion is positive when we put it into x plus 4. And positive a billion minus 3, yeah, it's still positive. The next thing that you want to do is, for each section, multiply out your negatives or positive. So a negative times a negative gives you a positive, times by a negative value here. Negative times a positive is negative, times by a negative, positive. Positive in this section. Positive times a positive is positive, times by a negative, negative. A positive times a positive times a positive is a positive. On the graph, between -infinity and -4, the graph will be in the negative section. Between -4 and 0, the graph will be in the positive section. Between 0 and 3, the graph will be in the negative section. And between 3 and infinity, the graph will be in the positive section. What does that really mean? Between -4 and 0, everything will be above 0, greater than 0, because anything number greater than 0 is a positive number. So between -4 and 0, we're positive. Between 3 and infinity, we're positive. Between -infinity and -4, we're less than 0, we are negative. Between 0 and 3, we are less than 0, we are negative. So if you want to find out where x plus 4, x minus 3 is less than 0, it's in this section and in this section. And writing that in interval notation, you would put -infinity, comma, -4 in union with 0, comma, 3. And you use round brackets because we don't want to equal 0, we want to be less than 0. I hope this video has helped you.